think women should have every right to do so. There's honestly no difference. It is just a set of nipples.
We support you.
If men can walk around the streets with
Hello. Oh, okay. Hello everyone, welcome to today's draw day. Yes, words. I have them, I should use them. And we have here today, say hello, Hello.
Hey, it's your boy, Luigi Woody, or whatever you know me as.
And also we got Aina, but Aina's too hoity-toity to say hi.
What do you mean? Gee.
Alright, so today we will be drawing one more fantasy race from the Runner's Guide to Home. This time is a race that you might have seen before. This race is called, drumroll please, the Luminar. The Luminar are basically, let me just show you my screen here with the whole PDF and shit. There you go. So the Luminars, oh come on, load. Come on, Homebrewery, you can do it. I believe in you. Should have loaded this before. Now that I think about it, it's not doing
Don't
well.
worry about it.
That was so loud.
Oh, come on, you can do it. I believe in you, Homebrewery. Yes, just load the stylings. You can do the styles. I believe in you. You know, I should have just downloaded the PDF version to this.
Kid, you're too far into it. You can't kick it.
Right, let me just scroll down. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Everything's here now. We are looking at the Luminar right here, which is the only image not loaded. God damn it. Great. And of course my headphone decided to run out of battery right now. 1 second. Let me just unplug my headphone. But yeah, basically the Luminars are a race of they're basically dragonborns, but not quite there because in what do you call in Dungeons and Dragons, the dragonborns are specifically these not necessarily descendant of a dragon. Actually, the origin of them is quite vague, if I recall correctly, from Dungeons and Dragons. And these guys here are basically not quite descendants, but what is rumored to be created by the dragon, to be worked on as slaves, basically, to basically work for the dragon. But after eons and eons, as the years go by, these races have branched off and then have been going on their own, doing their own thing. So we have here, so these guys are a bunch of basically the inspiration for these guys are basically the humans in what do you call in Warhammer 40k. They have this huge, massive, spanning organization, galaxies wide, but they are entrenched in bureaucracy to a point where it's just chaos, where people are doing jobs that nobody know what is for. Nothing can progress because they have this paper to do, this process to do, and also corruption here and there. The idea of these guys is basically they are very, very lawful. They try to abide by the letter of the law, and they even in their kind of like how their society kind of works out, breaking a rule is basically the worst thing you can do. So yeah, appearance, they're basically similar to dragon. They walk on two legs. They have tails but no wings. Because society is governed by law and order, as I said. So yeah, they create laws, and then laws that govern laws to a point where everything's just mired in bureaucracy. But the good thing about them having laws and everything, their organization is a bit more structured compared to other civilization, where it's just sometimes it could just be chaos. But these guys have a bit more structure to their organization. The history, Luminar is said to be created to serve the dragons. But yeah, some worship the Luminar because they're dragons. Ooh. And others more like, oh, Luminar dragon, they might be like dragons, terrorizing place, etc. So yeah. Luminars are very, very proficient with magic, so they have the ability to, for a start, they have intelligence score, so very good for wizards. If you're interested in being wizards, do this. Or artificers, but artificers doesn't really quite match the Luminar culture. It's more casting magic rather than inventing stuff. So, Luminar, they have dark vision, duh. And then they have magic core. Now, magic core is a pretty cool feature which is basically inspired by magic items. So magic items, usually they have like, for example, the one of fireball, you have 1d6 charges. The charges recover at dawn. Basically, that same mechanic for the Luminar. They have 1d4. They have a certain number of charges equals to half the character level, and then they gain 1d4 charges after a long rest. So they can choose to either expend all their magic core all at once, or they can ration it a little bit so that they can use more in the future. So depending on so there's 3 sub races: the lapis, which is kind of like stone basically, Pharaoh, which is the metallic, and also chroma, which is the colored scale. So basically, depending on the subrace, you'll have different abilities and so on. But one thing that is common through all the Luminars is that they have some elemental resistance based on what their skill color basically, and then they are also available to infuse their magic attack weapon or something to empower the damage. And then they can also just use a breath weapon. The breath weapon, they can empower it more by expending more charge. So that's the unique ability that is kind of like depending on how much they want to invest in that ability, they can deal more damage. So that's that. So like at a level 20 Luminar will be able to just decimate enemy with a 10d6 breath weapon. So pretty amazing. But that'll be the only time they'll be able to use a breath weapon, that powerful of a breath weapon, for the next several days basically. Alright.
Breath weapon in the base game is pretty bad.
I'm sorry?
I've heard in the base game that breath weapon is bad.
That's true, because breath weapon is limited to once per long rest. Some people have tried to remedy that by changing it to maybe once per short rest, or a number of charge equal to your constitution modifier. But this one, nothing like that. They can have multiple breath weapons if they want, but to have multiple breath weapons, it won't be as powerful. Or they can have one really powerful breath weapon, which is kind of like almost the same power as a fireball basically. But what do you call it is but then they'll have to expend it, and they can't use any more breath weapon for the next few days, because they need to recover the charges again. So yeah,
Real dragonborns be jealous.
all right, next, first of all is the Pharaoh. Now, if I recall correctly, I updated the description, but the Pharaoh are basically the ones that want to stay away from their draconic heritage. So these guys, they instead of embracing like the whole dragon ruling and everything, they embrace the magical aspect. So as years go by, they are much more attuned to magic compared to other dragonborns. So they get wisdom score increase, because that's another facet of spellcasting, and then they also get magic core. They will allow them to cast cantrip basically. They know control flames, shape water, mold earth, and gust, and then one additional cantrip based on their skill, which could be a firebolt, ray of frost, acid splash, shocking grasp, or for poison spray. So basically 4 elemental cantrip that they can use, or they can just use it to just cast cantrip that they don't have basically. Intelligence in spellcasting obviously. And then we have magic sense, which allows them to detect magic, to identify magic item, or just cast more powerful spells, because why not? That one costs 3 charges though, so it'll only available
Fireball.
at higher level. No fireball. I think these are all level 1 spells, if I recall correctly. I set them. But yeah, they are.
I'll make
based
this
on the
firebolt a fireball.
No fireball. Firebolt. Yes. Anyways, next. We got the lapis, which is the stone skill, the one that has kind of like ruby or marble or sapphire type scales basically. So these are very shiny kind of scale. These guys are the more these guys embrace the draconic heritage. So they just went to town with the brute strength and everything, if I recall correctly. Oh no, sorry. That's the chroma. The lapis are the ones that actually just uses their charisma, if I recall. Oh man, now I'm kind of confused a little bit here because
Oh
I
no.
feel like I've swapped it around. But basically,
Uh-oh.
lapis are the ones that are
This is a
basically
no moment.
more social. They embrace their draconic heritage, but not in terms of physical strength, but more like the prestige that comes with the dragon. So they take advantage of it. So they have should be charisma. I don't know why it's strength there,
Y-
but yeah, their
Did you
ability.
know that I am? Did you know I was born from a dragon? I'm so cool.
Basically, to put it roughly, yeah, like that. So they have this kind of like ability where they can just enforce their force of personality on you. Basically, with air of prestige, they can get advantage whenever they make whenever they make a charisma check, and then frightening presence, which you know what dragons do with their frightening presence. It's basically that you can scare or anyone that is around you. Finally, which is the chroma, the flame scale. These are the ones that the one that embraces the brute strength. This one they gain constitution score, and then with the dragon's might, they basically it's kind of like a minor rage basically, which allows them to like climb faster, jump higher, and all that. So a bit more physically adept. And this one, oh no, I can't see it. It's outside, but I can be smart and use this. Haha. Dragon Rage. There you go. This one just empowers you to increases, which it allows you to deal additional damage on your attack. When you make an attack roll, you can choose to empower the attack. If it lands, it deals additional 3d10 damage. So it's really high damage, but you gotta choose to use the ability before you roll the attack. So you're not sure if the attack will hit or not. So you empower your attack, and if it hits, you get that nice bonus 3d10. Otherwise, you just waste 3 magic core basically. So yeah, that is the 3 sub races of the Luminar. Now we get to draw them.
Dragon. So these are just dragon boards with more lore.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Forgotten Realms have their own lore and shit. It's just because dragons are a staple of fantasy, so I want to include dragon race in there, and well, we got a dragonborn basically.
The reimagined dragon.
Reimagined dragonborn, yeah. So let's get to it, I guess. So actually, we could even like try to make the different sub races very different based on the different interpretation of dragons. We get the Western dragon, which are more bulky, four-legged, high dragons, what we call it. And then we got the Asian long dragons, which are more slender, with all the beards and everything. And then we also get the South American kind of interpretation, like the Coatl, basically. I know they're not dragons in D&D, they're like celestial. But Quetzalcoatl is basically a worm, if I recall correctly. It's like no legs, similar kind of slim as well. So yeah,
Well,
and they're usually
a
like
worm?
amphitheater. There you go, amphitheater. Yeah, it's kind of like a
Oh.
bird-ish.
You know your scales.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not a scaly?
Well, no, but I have done my research. I have done my due diligence. So yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, I guess
I'm
one of the
research, mate.
one of the regulars could be like feathery rather than scaly. Actually, that would be cool. Kind of like have a plume, That could be interesting.
Yes.
Be tribal and have the
But
flying feathered
then,
dragon.
do you need to draw every race so you could get a better description for the
Oh
book?
yeah, that's true. God damn. Oh, like as the sub races.
You gotta show each and every one if they're
That's
super
true.
different
That's
from
true.
each other.
Yeah, if they're super. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna draw like all the different sub races in the end because it's better to show the differences via visual. But yeah, I guess so.
Well, at least they did get to pick one.
Or what I'm
Or
thinking is we just make the base Dragonborn, the base Luminar. It's just to separate it from Dragonborn even more. We kind of combine the different aspects of Long Dragon, of the Amphitheater, and also the High Dragon. Can kind of like mix and match that into a humanoid version, you know? That way they'll look definitely very different from Dragonborn.
yeah,
Well,
like
that's the
it,
point
but
of
it's
today. We experiment, shall we? So first, Amphitheater. You got this, buddy. Oh, the culture, the Luminar. They where is it? Is it here? Yeah, there you go. The Luminar are the more kind of like rule-based society. So their culture is the magocracy, magocracy,
Maggot.
which basically gives them a magic initiate feat to anyone who takes it, basically. So they get one cantrip and one first level spell that they can cast at will. So yeah. For their language is actually it's based on Latin, which I do realize does not have any real life speaker, not anymore at least. So native speaker, I think, is the proper word.
Well, nowadays.
There is the language that is spoken in Vatican. I can't remember. It was Latin as well, but it was slightly different. Vatican City language. There you go. It's kind of like a mix of Italian and Latin. They have a slightly different version of Latin. It's not like the Latin that we know of. Oh, there you go. Italian replaced Latin as the official language.
oh,
There you go.
but no one really speaks that bad.
Like in real life,
Latin.
there's no native speaker of Latin anymore. But
Well,
maybe like we can look what culture speaks Latin? What culture speaks Latin? 1 billion people worldwide.
oh, that's a lot actually.
Latin speaking countries. So it's more France,
it
Italy,
Actual
Romania.
Latin? That sounds like Hispanic, more like.
Yeah, Latin spoken 1 billion people. No, they are not. Some people would wholly speak it, but only in the ceremonies. Latin is good because of time. Blah blah blah. What's the highest answered? No countries speak Latin anymore. The only place I do know would be the Vatican City, but even there, it's only for mass. As for last country to speak it fluently, my research shows that it toss up between Italy and Spain. It's a fluent language.
You know.
Latin is dead. I find it a great loss. I took Latin, a beautiful language, a Romance language, blah blah blah. So yeah, we can look at that particular culture then. Italian traditional clothing. And we can look at Spain. Traditional clothing. I wonder.
For some reason, I thought Luminar was French.
No, French was marine.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which actually should be the next one, if I recall correctly. Come on, scroll. You can do it. Aruba. Marine. Yeah, there you go. Next one is marine. So we'll get to that next week. But for now, that's I kind of like this kind of clothing actually. Very frilly. I like it.
Is it male or female?
Flip a coin. Let's go.
Flip it.
I'll roll a 1d2 real quick.
Let's go. 1 will be male, 2 will be female, and
Oh, let's put it 1d2. It is a 2.
It is a 2, so we're drawing another female character, which is great because I actually do like this kind of like frilly things. I do want to try to draw it, so perfecto. But for Italian
It's definitely
is
Spain.
very different than Spain.
I mean, the frilly one is Spain, though.
Yeah, I know. I literally said Spain traditional
Okay.
language and Italian traditional language, like clothing.
There you
Since
go.
it's
Oh,
a
I
toss up
see.
between the two, so I'm wondering like which should I go, or maybe I could
I,
like
but
mix
I
the
guess
two.
Italy is closer to the Europe thing, so you see they have more of like a corset thingy.
That's true, which makes me not want to do it because it might be too close to French, which may have similar traditional clothing. Actually,
The French.
French traditional clothing. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's kind of similar, not quite, obviously, but it's pretty close.
Also feels a bit Dutch-y. I mean, to be honest, Europe doesn't have that much of a like the differences are very minute.
Yeah. Which is why I might go for Spain. That way, Luminar and Marine will have two very different style of clothing. You get what I mean? Ooh,
Yeah.
wow, goddamn! Look at that frills.
What?
Oh, you can't see. Look at that frills.
I mean, this is like a flamenco dancers
Exactly.
attire.
Oh my god, they're like wizard robe, but we make it into like a flamenco kind of attire.
Stylish. Slay.
Let's look for a traditional one first. Guess this one. I need from the front, miss. Is there any from the front? Is this traditional? Goes during street procession. I guess it's a toss up, huh? There's a lot of frills for the top ones, but for the bottom ones, not. Ah, can use this. Yes, as a reference for clothing. Oh no, it's big. There you go. We got some nice clothing there. Let's take another one. The one that doesn't has frill. This one. Copy image. I feel like I can make a pretty good mage robe for like using these two kind of like styles of clothing. Actually, might be interesting.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and then we gotta make a pose. Of course, we gotta go wizard, right? Wizard pose. What you got for me?
You
I
could
like
have
this.
one hold
I
book on one hand and then put hand out.
I really like this girl. Actually, like her pose her pose is really so nice. Oh, kind of like this as well. Like very aggressive. Actually,
Ooh,
yeah, right.
to go that one, yeah. Although that feels a bit similar to the breaking out.
That is true. So let's not go with that. That is very similar to the key chart that we made last session. But I do want a more active pose. That way we can show off the whole skirt frills and shit.
Yeah, oh my
Exactly.
god.
Oh,
Agree.
something like this maybe. So small. Copy image.
Can't really see.
Let me put it up here for you to see. Bit blurry, but that way the cloak can basically like the skirt basically can flare off that way. Has a dagger as well. Do we
Yes,
have
we
any
don't have to have
other?
right.
Yeah, we don't have to, but yeah. Wizard pose. Wizard. So wizard. We put spellcaster. Pose. Dynamic.
Hey, you could just look at Harry Potter or something.
Oh, look at that. When you search for
But-
dynamic pose, that's a fighter's pose, so maybe not that.
I mean, you could have like a book in one hand and then like hand sticking out.
Something like this, basically.
Those, yeah.
That's cool and all, but I do want again, like I want something a little bit. I don't want them to be like just standing. I want it to be a bit more active. Let's try kind of like this, because it looks like he's leaning forward, moving forward into the spell. So I'm wondering if I can find something a lot more active in the leg department. But spellcastery, not this. This is just Naruto poses, so maybe not that. I guess that's the only one, huh? Nothing. This one is cool, but I'm not sure how wizardy. But these are very combative stances.
Yeah. I don't think that's very wizardy.
Yeah. What about this? This is a pixel art, but something like this could work.
Which one though?
This one here, I kind of like it.
Yeah, that could work.
Right.
It would work, yes.
It's very very small. And all the references today is very small. Beautiful reference we have, guys.
Oh, wow. Much clearer, much HD.
Long dragon. Oof, look at that. They have them. Their frills.
Ooh, the frills would work well with the frills of the dress, I guess.
That is true.
The
Maybe the frill would be like
frill.
Yeah, like they because of like their normal natural frill, they chose to. That's why they make frills in their clothing as well, to kind of match that. Maybe like it's a common thing as well, to when you're of age, to get a dress that matches the frill that you are born with, you know. I kind of like
The
this
double
one actually.
frill makes you
Yeah.
more powerful.
It's a double frill.
We don't question it. It's just science.
This one's more hair. I mean, all of them are hair actually, but we're gonna have to change it to feathers on our side. I want a good close up of their face.
So which
lots of hair.
subclass is this?
Subrace, you mean?
Yes, yeah, sorry.
Oh, I'm thinking to make all of them, basically. All of them have that, but some are more accentuated than the others. The brute will have minimal to no hair and have more spikes instead, like a high dragon. The more charismatic one will have a lot more feather, a lot more frills, basically, because it's their plume to show off and shit. While the magic, maybe their plume is like feather, but at the end it transitions to like fire, or transitions to wind at the end or something, since they are magically focused. Yeah, that's the word. I'm just trying to find one that focuses on the head a little bit with lots of hair. Maybe that. Let's take that. Copy image.
Now you see over there the legendary bird feathered dragon.
Yes. And then finally we'll take high dragon, because we gotta have some high dragon in here.
The dragons you already know are pretty rare, but feathered dragons are even rarer. Since humans have been hunting them down for centuries.
Dragons, actually, in my world, dragons in general are basically like mostly extinct. There's not many of them around. Mainly because two problems. One, if there are a lot of dragons around, nations can't survive, especially with the amount of metallic dragons around. And secondly, is because they were hunted to extinction, basically, because they are powerful, but humans, all the what do you call the mortal races, they're a lot more inventive, and they have the numbers to go against these dragons. So yeah, at some point, dragon did went extinct, almost went extinct is the word. High dragon.
We here preserve dragons at their natural habitat, and we will murder anyone who tries to get it.
Maybe remove the high dragon. Fantasy.
What's a high dragon?
High dragon, I think, is the terms taken from Dragon Age. Actually, that's why all the dragons that you saw just now were from Dragon Age. But basically, high dragons are what I'm referring to is the four
hey,
legs,
J5.
2 wings, kind of dragon.
Hey,
Hey, Luigi.
You.
You.
Hunter's here. I guess you gotta wait for crit.
Let's see, which dragon shall we go for?
Which dragon?
No, this is just a reference to the race, the Luminar race that I'm drawing right now.
Which dragon are we going for? Why not all of them?
That we are going for all of them. I'm trying
We're
to
going
mix.
for all
We are
of
trying
them.
to mix
We don't
Amphitheater with a high dragon with.
Why
a
choose
long
if you could
dragon.
go with every single one?
Exactly. All right. So we got our references down. Hopefully this is enough. Let's get to fucking drawing, shall we?
Finally, 30
Let's
minutes.
go.
Just jabber. No, I'm kidding.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Are you streaming?
Yeah, I'm streaming. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
it's just
yeah.
the reference that's
Hey,
is in
Mom,
another
TV.
screen.
Oh yeah, you can't see the reference. The reference. Actually, I wonder if I can set a virtual camera. I think this, and then on Discord, I wonder if I can change the video source. One sec. Voice and video. Video. Wait, I'm thinking. Video source. Change it to OBS
Video.
virtual camera. So that now, if I turn on my camera, there you go. You can see the whole. It's inverted.
Oh my god! Look!
And it's kind of real time as well.
Yeah!
Wait, what happened?
Oh my god.
You
We get
gotta,
to
you
see
gotta click on.
everything.
I don't know how to
Uh,
flip the camera though.
It's alright. It's not that weird.
Yeah, you're
To me,
fine.
it's right. Like just exactly how I see it on the stream.
Oh really? Okay. Like on my screen,
Yeah,
it
it's-
looks.
it-
I'll
yeah,
send you a
it's pretty
screenshot for
simple.
others to see.
Yeah.
But
Setting it out of context, baby.
this is what I see. Come on, pace. Oh, it's not working. One sec. Copy and paste. There you go. It's a little bit flipped.
Wow, it is. Wow, it is inverted.
All
It
right.
is. But to us it's okay. So you don't have to worry.
All right, that's good. All right, so let's get to drawing. I want the head to be kind of like the head will go for the more traditional dragon, high dragon, which they can have swept back horns and shit.
What's the difference between a high elf and a regular elf?
Well, there's no such thing as a regular elf though.
One smokes too much weed, and the other doesn't.
There you go.
You know, that makes sense.
Now
That
you
makes
know.
sense. Thank
Well,
you for enlightening me.
Yep. All right. You know what? That works.
Thank you for telling me. Now I'm enlightened. My brain is way bigger now.
The reason I say that is because that's like saying like what's the difference between an Asian and a human? Because Asian is a human, so a high elf is a regular elf. It's just
True.
that, yeah. So we'll draw.
Oh
a
no,
bit
let's hope we don't
more.
start any elf race wars.
Oh god, that's not. Got the dragons
Oh.
here. We put the
Man,
neck
It
down.
has the weirdest life stories.
What? Why?
It
What
has
happened?
The weirdest life.
What happened
said-
now?
I almost got bit. Some crazy guy was staring at me the whole ride.
What the fuck? How does he keep getting people's attention?
Kurt's always in danger. We don't know why.
Oh yeah, it's Valentine's Day. How are you celebrating with your wife? G5. Do you celebrate?
Uh,
To me,
I don't know if you watch. If you call watching a zombie movie is called celebrating or not.
You know that
That
works. That works.
Yeah, that works.
and
Yeah,
in
as
my
long as you
personal
do
opinion,
something
I think
together, you know?
Valentine-
Yeah.
My personal opinion, I think Valentine's Day is like the most pointless holiday, but that's personal opinion.
I mean, it's just like it's an excuse to spend additional time with your loved one. If you ask me, why
Yeah.
not?
I think you should just always be spending time with your loved ones as much as possible.
I mean,
But
yeah, sure. Like you know, you always spend time with your loved one. That's like a given. But like if you wanna just spend one day to just go a little bit extra, yeah.
That's
This
the
is
thing.
one
I
of the additional occasion other than birthday, yes, all that,
Mhm.
yes. Then you get
I
one
feel like
additional one.
that's more impactful. You do it on a random day. I feel like that's more impactful than just.
I mean, have you actually celebrated one with somebody?
No.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well,
I mean,
man, I'm focusing
I
on trying to get a
understand
job.
I understand you have your own views right now, but I'm saying they could change as you experience more life stuff, you know?
Bring this down here. All right. So these guys have the weird legs. What do you call it? Did digitigrade?
Digitigrade.
Yeah,
Digimon?
Digitigrade.
yeah.
There
The
you
fucking
go.
three jointed leg thing, which is not the easiest
Let's
to
go.
draw. I feel. Sorry.
The legs go.
That looks weird. And the body's too big. God damn it. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Are you actually gonna do
So it
digitigrade legs?
begins. Yes, I am. Because I wanna at least have some. We already got one race that's basically a slime for legs, so that's cool. Just one more weird shit.
Okay.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't like that pose. Not working. Let's try the other one. Maybe it's not as good in real life compared to pixel art. Pixel art, it looks nice. Or I'm just not good. Why am I drawing humanoid face? I'm just not good at drawing.
The artist in general looks
It's
better.
the guy.
Guy, the man.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's the man who thinks critically.
the man who has interesting life things always happening to him.
Absolutely, yeah. like getting hit by a car last week. Being weirdly looked at today. Never ends, man.
Bullshit.
Disturbing, really.
It sounds like It sounds like you go for a lot.
I just, keep an eye out for danger and then go towards it, I guess.
as Moody would say,
Alright, not to go to
constant
that, and now to go
vigilance.
that.
Yeah,
I
I've
think it's just
heard more
that.
people do it.
Because I'm always looking at things. I don't get
Ah,
sidetracked.
I see.
Pay attention, so I see more things usually.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
Like the trick where when you walk around, try looking up once in a while. Like you see a whole new dimension you never see otherwise.
Yeah, I like looking up when I'm not like rushing to get somewhere. Then I just like I have like 3 different speeds. Speeds with walking with people, speeds walking alone, and speed when I'm rushing. Speeds walking alone is basically like 2 steps per second or something. It's just very just slow. Just look up.
Wow,
I'm
really?
barely using any energy.
Man, I walk like I'm on a mission.
Outside?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Outside.
Like I gotta do stuff outside fast so I can go back inside. That's
I
what
I mean that was when like in the UK when I have somewhere to go but I'm not in a rush kind of thing, and I don't have much to do back home anyway, so yeah, I just chill, walk slowly.
Yeah. So how did you spend Valentine's Day with Lena?
Well, don't dox my wife on the street.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I just got back home from school.
Linus.
I went and got her favorite food, which is stir fry,
Oh.
and I got chocolates and roses, and now we're waiting for it to be done with work in an hour, and then we're gonna watch stuff and have fun.
Nice.
Nice.
It's still early for us,
Oh yeah, that's true. Forgot we're almost midnight over here, and you guys are just starting your day, right?
Oh, it's 2
It's
p.m.
almost 5, but yeah.
Oh,
Oh wait,
yeah,
it's 5 p.m.
4
Okay, never mind then.
Oh,
I think
there
I-
was Luigi.
He's having some connection issues.
Oh, what?
It's been
Luigi
coming and going.
abandoned us.
Oh, Luigi, right? Yeah.
So campaign?
Oh yeah,
back.
so the campaign idea.
Mhm.
How? I've how?
How?
H-O-W.
Sorry, my
Yes.
Discord. Wait, what did I miss?
No,
Nothing.
nothing. We're just
Literally
talking.
nothing,
Yeah, we're just talking about Valentine shit. That's all.
So
I see.
campaign. I'm thinking
Yes.
bunch of zombies.
No.
I'm kidding. Okay, so
You and your zombies.
I do like the vibe of, I don't know, like, you've played Metro Exodus, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Not
let's
not
talk about the
Exodus.
story.
I played Last Light. I played Last Light actually.
In Exodus, the gang is on a train basically, and that's like their settlement.
Yeah.
And you get off the train to do missions and that kind of stuff. All the
Yeah.
while you're traveling in a direction, and I like that aesthetic quite a lot, which can work with a caravan or something.
Yeah.
And Farid suggested some good stuff too. I feel like.
Like the whole planet hopping thing.
Yeah, my idea would be like basically. Have you played Stalker?
No, I have not. I actually have
are you
no
familiar
idea,
with it?
but I'm familiar with it, but I have no idea regarding plot or mechanic or anything, because it's a horror game, and I say fuck that
It's-
usually to
It's
horror
not
games.
really. It's more survival, but I get you. So
Is there
the-
ghosts?
Well, yeah.
Horror
But
game.
that's ghosts.
End of story for me.
Hey,
Jump
Metro
scares
has ghosts too.
was like
I'm
Metro
I'm
has
a
ghosts.
coward.
Was
Oh wait, really?
So-
Metro has ghosts?
Yeah,
Okay, I did.
Metro
I
has
must
Metroid,
have missed
yeah.
that.
like with the pipes and everything. Remember? There's like shadowy black people walking around. just
Oh right, those.
shadows.
But those are more like race of people that we don't understand. More like
No, not the black ones, but rather like human-shaped shadows, and they just walk around like they don't even know they're dead, basically.
oh shit, I don't
Like
remember
Fallen?
that.
And
No.
I
It's
don't
I think I get what you're saying. It's kind of like an
touch
echo
you,
of the
like-
past, basically. Kind of like
Yeah,
a ghost just
exactly.
repeating the same
Yeah,
thing when
another
they
day
die
at
and
work.
something.
exactly that, yeah.
I think I kind of remember it, but I couldn't quite get it. But yeah.
It's a phenomenon, anyway.
But yeah,
One of many.
I kind of compiled our ideas into the Google Docs, which you can give it a look.
I will.
Yeah,
Does it
but
include reading? Because it doesn't have pictures. I'm out.
oh yeah, no, this is just like the Google Doc that I just like been like slapping all my future campaign ideas and everything.
Mhm.
But I kind of have
Nice.
like I've put on like some points of concerns, I guess. The ones highlighted red are the ones that I'm
Oh,
worried
you added
about
more stuff.
in
Okay.
terms of
Okay,
I
so-
just scroll down to the pantry
Yeah.
section.
So for what it's worth,
Mhm.
in the hard to find NPCs for roleplay, there could be NPC survivors, kind of, basically small settlements.
Yeah, no,
along the way.
I get.
there's not gonna be a lot. It's not like there's gonna be none. It's just there's not gonna be a
And-
lot.
Yeah, and we could start recruiting them whenever we come across them. We recruit them into our caravan, and they bring a unique skill or
No. That,
whatever.
like I get that part. It's just that okay compared to a traditional campaign where you travel around, go to cities and shit, where there are points in the campaign where there'll be a bunch of people where
Oh, that's true. That's
you'll
true.
meet. Which in terms of this one, maybe you'll have one unknown civilization that's apparently been living in the danger zone. That's one, and then some survivors here and there. That's
Yeah,
kind of like
pockets of civilization.
yeah. So like kind of like that's the kind of like the only option, which I'm kind of like hoping that there's more. Basically, that's the main concern about the Exodus Metro Exodus style campaign.
Well,
So-
I mean, we could alternatively have it be, like, from what I understand, the Fallen and the place where the Fallen are is like just this corrupted land, right? But it's
Yeah.
not the whole world.
No, it's not the whole world. It's just that particular continent, basically.
So maybe we could start in, like, familiar land, non-apocalyptic, to get, our feet wet and meet some NPCs, recruit some NPCs, and it'll be like a standard campaign through a normal fantasy world, and then we slowly start breaking away and
And then you get slapped in the face and be like, "Welcome to the real world, bitch."
we basically get fewer NPCs, more hostile things, and as we progress along, the environment is more and more hostile. And for dimensional hopping, we could have
that one mainly like Amir's the one that interests him basically, which is kind of like a bit difficult because most of kind of like my main issue is that it's hard to put the post-apocalyptic and the dimensional hopping in the forefront at the same time. It's always like we
Stalker
have to
could-
prioritize one or the other.
Stalker does kind of a good thing with anomalies. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
these ancient artifacts or anomalies that just break any and all laws of everything.
Yeah, physics and
And-
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and their basically their effects range from, the mildest shit to just completely extreme things. And I feel like the whole dimension topic could be incorporated into the anomalies. So like, there's specific points in the world we can enter and do dimensional hopping. And when done with quests, we just hop back out and the place is gone. Or the anomaly, I mean.
Yeah, I get that, but again, it'll be the focus is more on the exploration of the unknown, everything. Dimensional hopping is more like the side things that we go through.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think like as a group, we need to decide on are we gonna continue? Are we gonna focus on the whole dimension hopping, or do you want to focus on kind of like going through dangerous terrain, basically?
Because else, like, it's gonna be like the current one where we don't really know what to do, so we just kind of try do stuff but never finish it.
There goes Reese, okay.
A5 is dead.
J5 left? Oh no! Is he in the
Oh.
AFK
God.
channel or something?
No, he's in another
No,
server.
he's just gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh well,
Well then,
okay. That's.
I guess we'll just talk between us.
And here I was like taking his side and everything.
I'm sorry?
And here I was like taking his side with dimensional hopping.
Yeah.
So much.
Exactly. Okay.
Just leaves like, you got my job, right? You're doing my job.
maybe. But yeah,
Just go.
and I feel like the Kingmaker stuff could be good. I mean, I don't know. Are we going for post-apocalyptic feel or what's the?
I mean, if again, all the black points are basically things that you guys brought up. The red ones are so I try to I just keep in mind all the things that you guys want. And the red ones are just me figuring out like what issues I might have with the campaign and everything.
Okay, sure.
Grand Tournament was I tried to create my own kind of setting, but I didn't get through when the stream started. So yeah.
All of these sound good for what it's worth. I enjoy each and every one of these. So
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't want good. I want great.
He wants he wants like
the
when we
artist
come
and-
up with the idea, we go, oh
the
yeah,
artist
definitely.
syndrome.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
I've got-
because that's how it is with the Arc of the 12. At first we were like bouncing ideas, what to do, treasure hunt, okay, how, blah 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 blah, and then when we start to figure out the idea where like these legendary heroes, they have 12 arcs, and everybody like, oh yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. So everybody starts to get excited, and then that's when I know like that's the setting we're going with. So I kind of
Well, I
want
mean,
something like that as well.
I've been excited about things. Come on, Haven't you seen me go? Oh, what if we? And then I go do a bunch of stuff and say a bunch of things. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, yeah, if you really think, I basically, I just don't want. Oh, I'm kind of cool with that. I want like, yes, I really want that one. Basically, is what
The artist syndrome. You want everything first.
So the interdimensional hop. That's the one I'm least warm with, just because it's I've done a campaign in that style, and it was kind of bad. But I mean, maybe it's up to the dungeon master, but,
but what's the issue that you come upon? Then maybe we can learn from it.
Well, we had basically this like hub world, and it had a bunch of portals. And every time we went through a portal, it would take us to a different place, and they were like color coded, and there was some kind of a puzzle behind that. But it was basically like we enter one portal, there's a fucking giant dragon attacking us. We enter another, there's a goblin army attacking us. You know. Like,
I see. So like they have to choose which portal to go first, basically, and then as they build power, then they can finally do the more harder portals.
Basically, and it was all right, but like barely any NPCs. Just because we would go in there would be an NPC. We're like, oh, let's help you do whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And then we would help them and get something in return, which we would use for future portals and stuff.
Yep.
And at first we did that, and then we realized later on that we have no recurring NPCs. They're all one and done.
Yeah.
So we started actively recruiting NPCs.
Yeah.
And when we helped them, we dragged them back into the portal with us. And like, okay, let's have friends now. And like by the end, we had a venerable army of NPCs. Randos, which again we didn't connect with at all. And like there was some Death Knight dude who was with us for half the campaign. I couldn't tell you his name, personality, goals, history, anything.
All right. Yeah, that's my worries as well. Like the only recurring NPC in a dimension hopping focused campaign will be the NPCs that you bring back and the NPCs that are already in the base, basically in the hub world.
So I'm not too huge in that, as well as like just I don't know, I like a consistent tone, and the portal thing had horror shit, had quirky shit back to back.
I see.
Well, I mean, traveling for multiple universes, you have to jump for multiple things.
Yeah.
If you stick to one theme, it predict what you can do. So unless you're like if you're really experienced, the dimensional could work, but it's better to stick with one theme.
I was getting whiplash, back and forth with different. What's the word? Just different themes,
different ideas.
Plus, you don't get to stick. Plus, your characters don't get to stick with the characters you show them, because like, oh, not like we're gonna see these people ever again.
Yeah, that's kind of like my main concern with the dimension. I guess, Aina, do you have any points for or against this thing, or are you kind of like us, closer to against than for?
What, dimensional hopping?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To.
That's all my argument. Thank you.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. Well,
Maximum brain
I know.
power.
I was legit trying to say something. I don't know why. Because I don't have much affinity to it, nor do I have much dislike to it.
So you're neutral.
Yeah, very. Like, I can't even tell you what are my thoughts about it, because I don't really have it.
You really don't have any preference on it.
Yeah, for this one, like.
I mean, as a GM, as a GM, I think it's hard to get a dimensional hopping and make all the players, like, engaged.
Yeah, like it's good for maybe like multiple one shots or something, but I don't know, for a campaign might be a teeny bit hard. Oh, it's okay. Like we can keep that more like on the side things that could happen. We'll focus on the more survival aspects, I guess. Which brings me to another thing. Aina, if I recall correctly, you don't want like gritty survival where you have to look for food and everything, right?
That's
Yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
I don't want to be like my
Yeah, we,
character has to look for food to survive and stuff like that.
Mm.
yeah, we don't.
I-
No one want. We don't need Goodberry to be nerfed.
No, I feel like, not having to worry about it at all times is a good idea, but like maybe if we're going post-apocalyptic, like once in a while we'll do like a mission to get a bunch of food or something.
Yeah. It's
Raid
less
an
of a
old
like
supermarket or
every day you
something.
have to buy food. It's more like you have to establish a way to constantly get food, and then you're done with that. Basically, now you have
Yeah,
constant food.
or that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like do one mission to secure a lot of food, and then like we're good for
Yeah, for a long
next
time,
few
basically.
sessions and stuff.
Yeah. That's what I have in mind, basically. Like it wouldn't be something that you have to constantly worry about. Maybe if you have to go, maybe like if you have to go through a part of the land where it's mostly snow, not many monsters are living around there, so that's when you have like before you enter that area, stockpile on food, and that's a mission, basically.
Well, I also don't enjoy. Shit, I forgot what to say. Never mind. I'll come back to you.
Well, come back quick. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of like going through difficult area. I'm all for the whole kingmaker kind of style. I really like the base building bit, basically. Like you have maybe a group of vehicles or a base where you can come to build up stuff, and then go back out, find people to bring in, find things to upgrade your base or whatnot. Not exactly a kingdom per se, like there's no need to deal with politics and shit. But that's what I had with the Kingmaker thing, which is like Dragon. If you've played Dragon Age Inquisition, it's basically
Not
like that.
much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you play Dragon Age Inquisition, there are parts
Hey,
J5
where
is back.
hey, J5
You're
is back.
back. Sorry for talking shit about you.
Yeah, no worries, no worries, no worries.
Damn.
We weren't actually talking shit.
But yeah, we just so I mean, no, we kind of discussed a little bit about the whole interdimensional hopper thing. It's a bit difficult for it to be kind of like the main focus of the campaign. I don't mind like there might be like anomaly where you can jump in, but sometimes, but that won't be the main focus because the main concern is the NPCs really. Like you can't. It's a bit. Most NPC that you meet will be one-offs, rather than constantly, building. Rather than constantly like joining your party, or you leave and then you meet again, something like that.
Okay, understandable.
Yeah.
But
But in my opinion, it cannot. There are ways to retain NPCs, but sure. I mean, it'll be hard, but sure.
No, I get that. There are ways to basically ask the NPC, hey, come back to our world and help us doing this.
Not just that. I mean, if you're going by my idea, I mean, any changes that you made in that universe has an effect in the original universe.
That's another thing as well. If that thing that will be it affects. That's cool.
Yeah.
One thing that might not be cool is what happened with the wish that we had basically, where the effect may not be intended, not be as what you intended, and then like, oh shit, I don't like what's going on now and everything. That's another thing like that. I think I now brought it up just now, right?
Yeah.
I
So-
understand. I
Give a dungeon
understand.
master an aneurysm, basically.
But like now that I think of if it's something that we're all prepared for, it's not really a problem, I guess. Although not too keen on things having like changing my whole backstory around after I've done it. So like
Yeah.
as long as there's none of that kind of intended effect, I'm okay with it, I guess.
I
But,
learned my lesson on that.
Yeah, You
Never
switch a
stop giving
butterfly in
you
the past.
shit on that.
Yeah, basically that. Like the party wanted to be a
I'm
higher
missing
level on
contact.
the same point of time, so some things in their backstory gonna have to change basically to allow them to get that slightly higher level. So that's what I did.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I get
Sounded
it. We're
like
not
hell.
supposed to be told about it, but like, damn.
Yeah. So yeah,
That
now
sounded
now I
like
know.
hell.
Like it might sound good in my head, but like when the player experience is not good, then something
Yeah,
that you have to keep in mind.
that's the thing because in order for it to be good, everybody has to be on board with it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because I don't mind that Do is changing DM is changing my backstory because it's just another story that I have to go through, right?
Yeah.
That is in my opinion lah because
Yeah, that's my train of logic as well. Like, okay, it's a cool new story now. Now you have to figure out, oh no, the difference between your backstory, but that's not how the players feel. So, something for you dungeon masters out there to know. That's my experience. So,
yeah, make sure your players
sure
are
to
on board with it.
yeah.
Make
Hey,
sure
yeah,
your players
like-
know what is going on.
It's cool, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
I
It's
don't want to be
cool
the
but
one
not fun.
experiencing
Yeah,
it.
exactly. It's cool
Yeah.
but not fun. That's yeah.
Like,
I get that. I get
on
that.
paper, on paper may sound good, but in practice it may not.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, okay. So I'll still try to include some dimensional hopping, but that might not be kind of like the main purpose of the campaign. But yeah, between the two, the one where you stick in place or like you the Kingmaker idea is that you have a city, but we can reduce it to just a guild or something like that, and then you basically explore out to this unclaimed land basically, and as you explore you can claim more lands or find people in this unclaimed land that you can interact with. The Exodus, obviously there is a goal somewhere deep in the what do you call dangerous land, then you have to basically push through this dangerous land to get to that point.
Okay, so here's what I was gonna say.
Mm.
Basically, in a campaign, I right now because I have a character that I want to play. I already like kind of fleshed her out. So like there are things that I'm not open with because I don't think I'll have fun playing the character that plays in this kind of world because. But basically, I don't want to play in a setting where I'm kind of put into a position where I have to be the hero. I like I get it. It's gonna be like, oh, it's not even a hero like something that I have to be responsible for
The what?
when I
It
don't.
could be a person.
I mean, if you don't want to be responsible for your actions, then I
Yeah,
think you can just play like that.
It's more okay. It's more like okay with Ignis, I know like at some point she will have to be responsible for her own country, stuff like that. But that's okay for Ignis. But I don't. But like I don't. I want her to be able to choose rather than feeling like she has to. I don't know how to say it. I don't really like playing hero characters right out the bat.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a hero as well. Like, I don't know your character's backstory, but we can be like freelancers, you know? We could have our own goal.
Like,
We're not trying to
most
save
of
the
my
world.
characters
Yeah,
most of my
Like,
characters
that's
are
why
either neutral or chaotic.
Yeah, that's why I made the setup for the campaign just you're going into the place. What's the goal? I'm keeping it vague for now so that we can discuss it later to fit your characters and everything.
Entirely selfish.
Yeah, could be entirely selfish, could be entirely altruistic, could be both, and then it'll just like one's doing the objective for money while the other is doing the objective for a different thing, you know? So yeah, like you don't have to worry about being forced to do good and whatnot. That's the whole point. That's why I don't want the apa nama ni? Even like for example, okay, the kingmaker thing. That's why I'm not putting you like you're under a king and you're working for him. You are the leader of the country, so you're not working for anyone. You decide if you want to be an evil empire or a good empire and whatnot.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I have to be responsible for all these people.
No, you don't have to. You can just ignore them and just use the kingdom like a tool. Your choice. You don't have
could
to
just let
be
those people die.
responsible for them.
I don't want to be shamed for doing what I want to do.
Yeah,
That's
do what you
called
want to do.
consequence.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. Consequence will happen regardless. People will be angry at you if you ignore them. You can do
Yeah.
that, but you know that's
It's
gonna
just how-
happen.
It's just how people be.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen. Is what I'm
What?
saying.
Then you're not gonna have fun in my campaign, Zaina.
Basically, you don't want conflict.
No. It's I don't want it. I don't mind if my actions later in the game makes that happen, but if the setting kind of just like make that be a thing, then like at least with Arc of the 12, right? Okay, we're finding all these like mystical artifacts and stuff, and there's like sure will probably be renowned, but it's still up in the air whether or not we want to do good with it or we want to not do good with it, stuff like that, but it's just, and it's not like we're supposed to be responsible for it either. We can just sell it if we want to, whatever. There's a bit more leeway to that. But if you give me a kingdom that it's that we'd have to, like, I don't know, somewhat maintain and stuff, like this, like you're giving me this from the get-go. This is already a thing that I have to either take care of or not take care of. I don't know if I'm making sense.
What if it's a caravan, and
Yeah,
we start
that-
working on it? It's not our caravan. We just start working, and we work our way up.
that is fine. It's just the idea of having something big from the get-go to take care of. That's what I don't really like. But if
We
it's just like
discussed
something
what
mobile
carriage
home,
we
that's
do.
fine.
Yeah.
But that's what I don't like. Like if like during the course of the game we come across that becomes something that we have to do, that's fine. That's just the consequences of our actions, right? I don't want it from the get-go. Unless I decide I want to like do
Don't
this
want-
story.
No, yeah, that's fair. Then no kingmaker. Then we'll just do the Exodus thing, eh?
I'm for that.
I think you gotta flesh it out a little bit more to sell the idea.
Okay. What part are you not liking in the current thing right now?
Starting off with some consequences, apparently.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay. Let's all be on the same page. So
Yeah.
we are a band of a group. We as a group, okay,
Mhm.
we go into this no man's land, right?
Mhm.
For
A
some
reason.
vague
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
So might be personal, might be because you want some riches or anything lah.
Mhm,
Kan?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, I mean, because we're playing a short campaign, right? Not the one shot, right?
Yeah. Campaign.
I mean, because-
short or long, that one is still to be determined depending on how
Yeah.
quick you guys
Okay.
do it. Yeah.
So a campaign lah.
Yeah.
And but from what I understand, what the one that you just said might be good for a one shot. I mean, you just go into an area.
Oh, have you seen Metro Exodus actually?
No.
I've heard of Metro, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. So and let me just elaborate the setting a little bit. So the setting in our game, nah? Okay.
Okay.
So here's what I'm imagining. You guys are hired. You guys are a part of a caravan. Maybe you join this caravan because of they pay well. Maybe you join this caravan because of they have a goal that you believe in. Maybe there's someone in that caravan that you care about. So you guys travel together into this dangerous land. I like Crit's idea, which kind of like Barotrauma basically, where in the beginning there's a lot more like cities and everything that you can go in and hop in and everything, just to rest and all that. But as you get deeper and deeper into this no man's land, it's gonna get more and more difficult to find civilization. So basically, the journey is like you travel. What I'm imagining, if we're playing in this a bit more futuristic setting, you'll have some sort of like car or a vehicle of some sort, a large one that could fit all four of you, where you travel, where like the caravan travels into
like an RV.
yeah, some sort like that. Yeah, you travel in deeper and deeper, deeper. And at one point, you have to stop because gas is a thing. Stop, purchase some gas, or do some quest to purchase gas, fill up thick, move in deeper.
Resources lah,
basically. Yeah. And then going deeper. Stop again. Buy, do some quest, get some money, buy a resource, go deeper. At one point, there's not gonna be places to take quests from. You're gonna have to find the resource pull up from whatever is in the area. And then as you get deeper and deeper, it's gonna be a bit more challenging. But you guys will be higher levels by then, so it's gonna be easier and easier as you go along as well. So kind of balances out. So the idea is like you travel, stop, gather resource, travel some more, stop, gather resource, travel, stop, gather resource.
Because our goal is at the end of the
at the end of it, whatever
that we wanted to go is towards the end. I mean, okay, it's basically an adventure anime lah.
Yeah,
you have a goal at the end, and you guys, we all travel in a group, right?
Yeah, and of course the goal has no time limit. So in the while traveling over there, you suddenly like, I have this girl I like, and this girl is being captured by this villain. Come on, let's save them. Take detour for a bit, and then they join you. And of course, as you stop into the cities or you find people stranded, you can include them into your caravan, and then as your caravan gets bigger, they can help you to do stuff. They'll unlock new things that you can do, maybe like rune carving or some shit, as you find more and more people.
So basically this that I sent in the chat.
What's that?
Oh, Death Road to Canada.
Death Road to Canada.
I love the idea though.
But yeah, if you guys are okay with that, do you have any issues with that setup?
Okay. I want to ask about first of all, it's backstory, but yes. I have a suggestion about backstories.
Yes.
Because we have our backstories, right? All of our characters do. Okay.
Yep.
But since we're traveling into a no man's land, a place where we've never been before, so we might not find anyone from our backstories, right?
I'll try to include it.
We might not.
Might not. Yes. Okay. You might not. Yes.
The thing is
here's the thing. Instead of doing backstories, we can do like character growth character elements lah. Macam let's say. In my backstory, my character fails to save my little sister, but in my travel, I found myself in the same situation, right, where I have to make a choice. So that is my character story, right? My character development, all the things that I've gone through, and this is my trauma. This is what that has been haunting me all this time, and I have to make a choice again. The same thing, something similar, and.
Yeah. That one I'd say is for sure lah.
Yeah. So instead of a full-on backstory where you meet people of the past, that maybe
it's more of a parallel kind of thing where you reminisce of your backstory rather than because you're not gonna go back to your hometown.
Wait, we're not with this one?
Yeah, we're going to a no man's land, right? We're going deeper and deeper. We're not going up anytime soon.
Maybe like
on the way.
at the very, maybe if your home is on the way to the no man's land, that's a different story. But like my idea is you start at the very edge of the no man's land already, and of course I'm not expecting like this. I'm not expecting for the whole going into the no man's land thing lasts until level 20.
Right, sure.
I'm expecting it maybe to go, because it's a pretty hardcore kind of setup. So maybe it's gonna go up to like level 10 of sorts, and maybe at that point you might have reached whatever you're going for, and then the campaign will slowly evolve at that point into what's next, basically. Which is what we're gonna have to talk about, like what's the flavor of the campaign, like what, because D&D has a thing where it kind of pushes player to epic fantasy. That's kind of how high levels it's gonna be, like you teleporting through different worlds, going to the fire plane, and then like defeating giants. That's kind of how D&D goes.
I mean, it was what it was made for.
Yeah, exactly. So
The Dungeon
that's what I
Master's
meant.
Guide has the tiers of play, like tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you know.
Yeah. So basically, so since tier 1 is important to a village, tier 2 is saving
Private Ryan.
nation. I think save tier 2 saving a nation. So basically that, like until tier 2, when you get to tier 3, when you're saving the world, maybe you discover something at the end there which gonna have save the world, and then tier 4, of course, saving the cosmos. That's a fucking different thing entirely. So
Not
yeah,
necessarily saving.
dealing with things on the cosmos
Dealing,
level.
yeah.
Masters
And
of
it
the
could-
world.
It could
Masters
be
of the
like
world,
it could be like the start of beginning of the end or something. At the
Oh
end
yeah,
of
could
it.
yeah. It transitions to the
I-
beginning of the end.
I really like that. I'll be honest. Like
Start
maybe
from
not
the
so much
start at the end and
May-
end with the beginning.
maybe not so much like as a first low level setting, maybe, but
Yeah,
like,
because
if
like
you
some of the
somehow found
setup
that
is for
out
higher level.
at the
Yeah.
end, then it would be great.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe at that point we could transition to like I really like the tournament idea, but yeah, it's okay. I'm forcing it in.
But
But it's okay.
there's a show, by the way, if you guys know.
Mhm.
I just realized, however you pronounce this, of the Iron Fortress.
Yeah, Cabaneri.
I-
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Cabaneri,
Let's
yeah.
go.
I
Let's
saw
go.
this one. Yeah, it's just
That
the
has
whole
a
thing
vibe.
is on the on
Wait,
the
is is that basically the enemy is basically anime Exodus basically?
I don't know.
I never watched it, so I don't know like
Yeah,
what's
no,
the actual
okay.
role.
I've never seen this either.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, all adventure type of let's say anime or story or games
Yeah.
usually follows the same pattern.
Formula.
You found a group of people going towards a certain goal on anything lah, macam let's say the Cabaneri Iron
The
Fortress
chain,
though.
yeah.
It's just simple. You are in a post-apocalyptic world. Zombies running around.
Yeah.
You're on an iron
I like
train
that one.
headed towards a safe haven. So along the way, you found cities. You thought it was safe, but it was infected. It was overrun, and then you found some other cities. You have to camp out
Ooh.
Shit, that could be
on-
cool.
out in the
That
open.
is Cabaneri. Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
actually.
And
It's
towards the
like
end,
art-
you reach that safe haven, but it turns out it's not that safe.
Yeah. Oh,
So you
is
have
that what revealed in Cabaneri? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it just a normal zombie trope lah. What they used to do,
Yeah,
you go from one settlement to the other.
That's kind of cool actually. That way it allows you to visit a larger array of places rather than just
Yeah.
limited to. So we're playing the beginning of the end basically, kinda. So you're traveling across the world basically with your caravan, and then on the way you're gonna see cities, and then up to you if you wanna drop in, see people or
Yeah.
something. Some of them
And-
will be surviving, some of them will be decimated. Then
Yeah.
up to you.
The other way we can do this is like this one old anime Journey to the West.
Anime?
Yeah, I mean the anime version, not
Okay,
not
the anime version. Okay.
Because
I've
the anime
never.
version is basically an adventure story. So this
Okay.
group of people has a
Yeah.
certain set goal. They want to go to the west to get something from their god lah.
So
So along the way, they found this settlement plagued with demons and all those shit. So they have to handle all those obstacles while they are traveling towards the west lah.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like this setup mainly because what do you call it opens up the locations that you can visit. You can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
visit your old hometowns as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Which-
like this.
Which could be good. What do you guys think? Aina likes it. Ame, you want to go with that? Like not just going through a dangerous land. The whole world is
I mean,
a
the whole
dangerous
world
land.
is a dangerous
Yeah,
land.
yeah.
I mean, we're going for apocalyptic event, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that way, since we're playing post-apocalyptic world, so moral is not an issue so much as,
Yeah.
but moral is just another story element lah.
Yeah.
You found someone in help. Do you want to help them? Do you have enough resources to help them?
Yeah.
Or you just want to leave them or kill them and
Yeah.
take whatever resources they have?
Yeah, that could work.
I like that. Yeah.
In this case, it could be like a 20 level campaign to get to the end, but I think a level 10 would be good actually.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, we can play up to level 10, and then the campaign can evolve, right?
to something else.
Yeah, just like what the Cabaneri did lah. So
Yeah,
at certain
when you
point,
get to
they
the
found,
destination.
they found midway point, they found that safe haven, but
Yeah.
it turns out it was not that safe. So they have to fight to protect the city that they're in lah.
Okay, yeah. You what about you, Crit?
I'm good with it. I mean, it was one of my original ideas.
Oh.
Or it's very adjacent to my
Yeah,
original
yeah.
idea.
I still like the idea of instead of using a train, we're using a caravan because then you're not limited to
Yeah, to attract.
railroad. Yeah, you can actually branch off if you want to. But like
Well, I mean,
your cars
Get
and
off the
everything.
train, walk, yeah.
Yeah, but like your cars and everything can't go like into the more rougher terrain. Then at that point,
Mountains area,
then you have to
or-
hoof it or like find a way to get your car around it or something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that
why.
was the reason for the train as well. Like, imagine there's something on the tracks and you can't go around. You have to clear it somehow. Right?
Yeah.
Because in a car you can go around,
Yeah.
but the train is on the tracks.
They cannot. Yes.
There's a settlement. They don't want to let you use their bridge because they want money or something, and then you can't go around because you're on the train tracks.
Yeah, you have to deal with that, right?
Yeah. So, which one do you want actually? Because we are playing the future. Because I recall correctly, Ame wants guns.
I want
Are we
guns.
not playing are we not using your system?
Oh yes, we are definitely using our system. But my
I
system
want
is not like-
guns.
Okay.
I
So,
want guns.
Yeah, your system has guns, right? So
all right.
that's
So
cool.
Alright.
we're-
You pow pow.
yes.
Yep. Guns and magic. Let's go.
Yeah. I guess
Guns and
basically
magic.
you're gonna have to stop. I guess the cities that you'll be visiting are basically trains, big cities with the train passes through, huh?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay. If we're going to with the terrain route, okay. So okay, you know there are switching stations for railroads.
Ooh.
So so in a world where trains would be the main method of transportation, just like in Cabaneri.
Yeah.
So they have a bunch of these switching stations that you can go to different cities, not just one track that loops around
Yeah.
the world.
So it splits off and everything.
Reinvented Metro.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go. We're playing Metro Cabaneri anime D&D with guns and magic shit. All right.
Yeah, but I mean,
I got to hear
yeah,
those.
So like at one point you'll
Some other
come to an
people,
intersection, then because you don't know where the train leads in the end. Maybe you have like in the first area or something you have the map, but like as you go further on you don't know the map, so you have to decide
maybe we
where
found
you want to
some
go.
we found some lost switching stations that we don't know. Hey, where this junction go? We know where one road leads to, but we don't know where the other
The
leads
other
to.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe suddenly you like the train and like, wait, this junction is not on the map. Where does this go?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean,
Yeah, I kind of like the setup.
yeah, and also since we have those switching stations, let's say we've made an obstacle that we cannot get past, so we can just go back and turn the other way around. Go. Let's see the other way.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, I have a setup already. I kind of like the setup that I wrote for the. If you look at the document, the setup for the at home exodus, which is basically since it wouldn't make sense, you guys will be leading a caravan since you guys are level 1. What I'm imagining is you guys will be joining a larger caravan at first.
Yeah.
And then in the first session, while you guys were given the briefing and everything, oh no, something's happening to the train. And then like you're the front
Spoiler.
part of the train, and the guy that's with you is going to just chop it off, and the rest of the train just gets left behind, and you're left with like maybe the header with like one carriage maybe, and that's it.
I'm so for that.
And so in the future, if you want to upgrade, you have to find like better train parts to like connect and everything.
Yeah. I'm really liking that as well. I mean, one other thing we can do is that the train is being overrun by these creatures that we cannot fight. So we all run towards the front, and then before everyone gets to the front, maybe there's some selfish prick that cuts off
Breaks
the
it
train
off,
early.
yeah. And then you have to survive with that prick.
Yep.
And you kind of have to rely on him because he is actually higher level than you, but there's a chance that he might betray you as well. So what do you want to do? But yeah, if you like that,
we can just throw him off a board.
all right. In that case,
that sounds like fun.
yeah. So we are. So okay, we got the setup. I know you're gonna send off kind of like Google Docs, right, to find other players. Luigi, you're not free on Friday nights, right? Friday night our time, which would be
Friday afternoon.
Well,
Friday
2 p.m.
2
2 p.m.
2 p.m. at your location.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't hear anything.
But yeah, Aina's gonna send out Google Forms where we can try to recruit more players. I'm aiming for 5 to 6 because that's what I'm used to. But let me know if that's too much for you. We can reduce it.
Oh, did that friend of mine respond yet?
Oh, no, not yet.
Too much.
Also, I don't know how hardcore you want this campaign to be. I have questions about resources.
I don't think it's gonna be hardcore. Like sometimes you might have to look for food, but it's my idea is rather than having to regularly look for food and shit, because that's gonna be annoying. My idea is more like you establish a permanent way to get something. So at first you have to worry about food, but then like maybe you'll find a way to get a regular source of food. Maybe you can make like a farm carriage on your train. So you can have a regular food intake, and then as you travel
You
some more
have to
something
maintain
else.
that carriage as well.
Yeah. And so it'll be like a one-off thing rather than there's like a bunch of bars that you have to take care of. Is what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right.
I also I mean this is only in my head lah. I would like to see macam since this is a post-apocalyptic world, right?
Yes.
So I mean I want to feel that every time we found a settlement, it would be a relief. Like I mean we've been through.
So you want like
yeah.
on the outside it's gonna be kind of shit, and then so that when you find a settlement, it's gonna be like.
It is really hard to pull off because first the D&D system, you have that long rest system.
Yeah.
Then right, and then you every time you get a long rest, players will be getting their resources back, right? So they don't feel really threatened after a long rest. But usually in survival games like this, you are really tight on resources, but so whenever you find a safe haven, you feel like relief. You say, okay, I can take a breather here. But it is really hard to pull off. I know that is really shit.
I know what you're thinking of. Are you referring to the Darkest Dungeon mod?
Yes.
I don't like that. I don't want the whole.
Darker Dungeons. Sorry.
It's just different rules for short and long rest, basically.
I don't like that. So
No?
like 1 week is so long in D&D time.
No. It's not the gritty rule. That's a separate thing entirely. I think the Darker Dungeons have a different rule for long resting, right? Can you?
There's a bunch. I'm trying to.
Yeah. Can you give it a
now.
look? Because right now I feel pretty confident at straining your resources, because I feel like early on in the campaign you guys were pretty like you know.
It's not just resources tau. Macam remember when we play what's it get in Dead of Winter?
Okay.
So it's not just resources, because you are tight on move that you can do, and every move you do carries a risk of dying and killing other people as well. And then there is a timer. You have to complete a set objective before the timer runs out. So all of that gives you stress. So I want to feel that every time we're outside of a safe zone,
It's
we
stressful.
feel that stress. So
but
every
when
time we
you're-
found another safe zone, we feel happy. We feel relief, right?
Yeah. Aina?
So it's not just only resources now. You have there are some stress points that you have to stress us over lah.
Yeah. Aina, if I recall correctly, you don't like the fact you don't like to like keep track of all these like food and everything, right? That's the
No.
one that you
Yeah.
don't like, right? Okay.
I don't.
So
Yeah.
here's
There's
my
already a lot of things that make me worried about characters dying, and it's not just a resource. Like I like safe zones
Okay,
and
okay,
stuff
yeah.
like that. But I also don't like it when it's too hard to play. Also, just so you know, I'm the kind who plays games at the easiest setting because that's fun for me.
And also okay, hear me out. Okay, I don't like I mean I'm liking the D&D long rest system because
Yeah.
it gives
you can use your cooldown
spellcasters, especially spellcasters, more options to do lah kan.
Yeah.
Because if you if you make a long rest harder, then spellcasters will be
Penalized.
harder to play lah kan.
Yep.
Yeah, because they are reliant on spell slots. So because I really don't like when I created the character and then I cannot
Can't
use any of my
distribute.
resources because
Yeah.
I cannot take a long rest or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, there is this one simple card game. I think we played together. No, you didn't get to play it. It's called Exploding Kitten. Have you guys heard of it
I've
before?
heard of it, but I never actually
Yeah.
played it.
What the hell is that?
It's a simple game. It's a simple game. Okay. The way you play it like this. Okay. Each one of you, everyone has a card on hand. Has 5 cards on hand. Okay. And among those 5 cards are one diffuse bomb. One diffuse card. Okay. So on your turn, you can play any card you want, and certain cards have certain effects lah that you can do. Okay. At the end of your turn, you draw one card. Okay. If you draw an exploding kitten,
Okay.
you have to immediately show the cards to everyone, and then you have to diffuse it if you have the diffuse card.
Okay.
So if you use your diffuse card, you have to discard it, and then that exploding kitten, you can put it back in the deck in any order.
location.
Yeah, in any order.
Okay.
Okay. So this, because of that one little ruling, it gives stress to the other player that has to draw the next card, because there is a chance that you put the cat at the very top, right?
Okay.
So this is just a very simple thing, but it gives you fear that you have to draw.
Okay.
And the game starts off easy when because everybody's drawing and nobody's found any exploding cat.
Kitten, yeah.
Yeah. Once someone found the cat and the game really starts to pick up.
Because
Everybody will start betraying each other, using trap cards, using counter measures.
Okay. Here's my suggestion to that. Aina doesn't like resource, but you want the stress kind of effect.
Yeah.
My suggestion is we won't do resources, but instead we'll do risks instead. I'll up the risk a little bit for for just choosing the road or traveling through a certain path. The only safe place that you don't need to consider about the risk is basically those safe havens.
Okay. I'm liking that.
Yeah, so most probably like I'm not gonna be in terms of like natural encounter. There's a possibility you're gonna find a dragon in the next hex. So there'll be something that that could stress you out, I guess. But I guess
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do that, at least you have to foreshadow it. So that,
because you need to know that there is a dragon.
yeah, because
Yeah.
unknown risk is just unknown. It's just surprise. You don't know about
Yes,
it. But
yes,
if you
yes.
know that the next hex might be a dragon, so you will think twice. Do I want to go to this hex or next hex? which one is the safest hacks, which one is the safest move that I have to take lah kan.
I get you.
There needs to be some kind of mechanic for us to kind of know or not know, like kind of guess. Not something that's like just
Just
Oops.
Whoops,
Yeah.
something happened. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess I need to elaborate a little bit about what the fuck destroyed the world then. And maybe I can use that mechanic to alleviate stress a little bit. And the only safe place, which makes sense, is the safe havens. Is the cities, basically. So yeah, I will work on that a little bit more. You guys have the setting, the setup, and everything. You can start to figure out the character, but
Prompt?
I'll need to figure out the details of this disaster first. But you can start figuring out in terms of like builds wise and everything. You should discuss.
Oh, I already have one. I'm taking Artificer Battlesmith, and surprise, I'm playing human.
Surprise what?
Surprise! I'm playing human because Aina actually doesn't like to play human because they're so boring. But that's
I've
one.
only played. Actually, I've only played a human once. And
Me,
that
I'm
human died miserably.
I'm
And that one human
I'm-
died to a cheese
a
monster.
feet bastard. All right, sue me. I like my feet.
Well,
FEAT,
okay, I have a
not
bit-
FEET.
Well, okay, that
You
human
got
character I
yourself
played
there.
died to a cheese monster, and I have not taken a chance with humans again.
I've only not played a human like 3 times. I think all 3 were elves as well.
Alright, you've been playing humans a lot, is it?
I love humans.
Yeah, same here, buddy.
Shoot.
Human fighter.
Amir, you're playing human as well, right? Or are you trying to pick a different race that fits your character better?
Okay. I mean, since we're doing guns, right?
Yeah.
I have a character concept. Eagle Totem Barbarian.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
shotgun?
Okay. For the race, do you have a
Race.
race that have
Oh, right, yeah, race. You're gonna have to use the homeborn, the runner's guide to home thing.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're using
Do
runner's
you
guide
have
to
do you
home.
have a race that have less fall damage? I think you have at Roba. Roba has it, right?
No. The one that has less fall damage, I think, would be the one that is not completed yet. The the Fragua.
Oh no!
Because
But-
they're a race
but-
that glides across mountain, so you actually have a glide ability basically.
Ooh, I
I
want that.
mean, you expect us to
Go
use
fall
it.
and
Has to be
glide.
complete,
I'm sorry?
right?
I'm sorry.
If you expect us to use the runner's guide, it's got to be complete.
I mean, the race is kind of complete already. That's the only one that's not complete is the Fragua, because I can't figure
Exactly.
out the appearance of the
not-
race.
It's not
Go
fully
Fragor!
But the guns are mostly done. Might need some balancing because I never got to test it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, the guns make gives a bunch of dynamics interaction with magic.
and another thing is because like as to avoid difficulty like in terms of like trying to figure out if this will trigger a blue contra reaction or not. The guns are using rust, which is a refined dust, which will not interact with magic and create a contra reaction.
Yeah.
But if you do find a dust mine, which is still a thing because they're not refined yet, that will be a very so maybe the train will have to go through a dust mine and your train's powered by magic.
Yeah. So we have to go slow, clear off any dust,
Yeah.
pockets that we find.
Yeah.
Or we can just go.
What?
Or we can just go.
Davai.
Blazing go
Yeah, why
the
can't we
as
just
fast as
say,
we
what-
can and explode the mine.
Yep.
Oh,
I think I might going insane. I swore I heard something from among us for a second. I think I'm going
Yeah,
insane.
it was.
Yeah.
I also.
That is my
heard.
ringtone for message.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Oh,
that
there
is
you go.
your ringtone. I forgot that's
I'm
your
happy I'm not
ringtone.
I hope I'm happy I'm not going insane then.
For you to have this, by the way.
What?
I sent something out of context.
Oh, what's this?
But
Oh.
do I still get the feat for if I go
If you
No,
go
it's-
if you go the Ironborn Homeborn, you get a feat. Ironborn Homeborn is basically very inhuman. That's the purpose of Ironborn Homeborn. There is also
Okay.
a new Homeborn called Bladeborn Homeborn, which is
Ooh.
a human that has been living at the edge of all home trying to reclaim it. So they have a little bit anime-ish power.
Ooh.
I guess I'll give it
Even
a
their hair color is
look.
like red or like blue or green
Do they
because
have
of their
plot
exposure to
armor?
magic.
Oh, do you have a race that have plot armor?
No, we do not.
I mean,
We do have a race that gives armor. The Kichard basically can pick up random stuff and make armor.
If you think about it, halfling with their lucky feet is basically plot armor.
Basically plot armor. That is true. I don't think there is any, but maybe the culture ones might have any. Oh, no, culture is always role play, so I don't think so actually. Unfortunately. But yeah, I give it a look if you have any race that you are interested in.
If
I
you
want a
are,
crowbar, come on.
I can work
That
on
might
it.
be
I like the appearance wise is what I cannot pinpoint, and when I don't have the appearance, I can't figure out the mechanics of the creature. Right now, I'm imagining it's a race of mountain dwelling creatures. They're very zen. So they have high wisdom. They stay away from other civilization, and since they live on the mountain, they're pretty good at climbing. And their arm can be split into two, and then the in between the two arm will have a webbing that they can glide with. That's what I have the idea, but I can't bring it to life in art. Is my issue. So forgive me.
Yeah, we cannot use animal as reference because that will be Ruba, right?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. That's the main difficulty because I
yeah.
force myself to limit. Like if it's half animal, that's a Ruba thing. Stop. Which I guess you can play Ruba if you want actually. And then at level 10 you can actually get flying.
Yeah, but
is
I
fucking
mean,
scary,
I'm playing
I'm flying barbarian.
I'm playing Eagle Totem.
Oh, you get flying anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you wanted to be bear totem.
No,
Eagle
eagle.
totem.
Oh, okay.
I think
You know,
I play a rogue.
Imagine this: a shotgun wielding flying barbarian.
Angry man.
Okay. If you are going to use it, you need to make sure that all formats is okay, because then, like, if I gotta find people to play with, they have to read it,
Oh fuck.
and that's
right.
a lot of things for them to understand
Right,
as well.
I need to copy and paste the race part back. I think the guns part are okay. Fuck.
That's
okay.
My only
okay.
concern with using that,
Yeah.
because it's not fully done.
Yeah, but I want to test it. This is one
I
of the
get
big
it.
opportunity to test it. Alright, extra hours. I guess I have to put the calendar to a stop for now and work on the
No, but
Runner's
it's
Guide to
only
Home.
3 more.
Do you want to delay the campaign even more?
But
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm working on a calendar for like the Arc of the 12 campaign because I now asked for it, so now I'm legally obligated to do it. for
yeah,
her.
I'm just sitting here listening to all this. I have no idea what's going on,
Oh no,
Also,
and
where
I'm just like, yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
I do have 2 other character concept that I would like to try, but
yeah, browse the races. I mean, maybe it could synergize with your abilities or something. Give it a look.
I'd like to be a rogue scout, specifically.
Rogue
Like a
Scout.
sniper of some kind.
Ah, okay, that could work.
I've-
Run around.
I will be playing long range,
Uh,
just so you guys know. I'm not a
uh,
person.
Wait, is
yeah.
everybody long range? McCree's.
You
Last
use
time.
Yeah.
guns.
Yes,
I,
yes.
I just want to ask, okay,
What about shotguns?
what would be your ruling on
Mm-hmm.
Blade Dancer with guns?
I mean,
that's
in the
more
whole
I'd,
world of
I'd,
guns,
I'd
you
suggest
kinda have to-
Dancer.
Blade Dancer as in Blade Singer, is it?
Yeah, Blade Singer, sorry, Blade Singer.
A
okay.
wizard? Blake, you want to be a wizard?
Wizard does learn how to use a pistol, so
Yeah.
like, well, I'll need to look at the rules, but honestly, I think it could work.
Yeah,
Like-
because
like-
You become a
you
blade singer, you can
specifically
choose one
say
weapon.
melee weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll I'll give it a look. See if we can make a gunslinger subclass instead.
Yep.
Uh,
Gun dancer.
gun dancer.
I know gun fu.
But yeah, definitely. I'll look into it if you're interested in going for that. Yeah.
So
I
recruitment
mean, as I
wise,
said before, because guns and magic makes an interesting dynamics. Okay, for example, normally when you play wizard, you will not be wielding weapons, right?
Yep.
But the gun system, if you're still using the same system, even the guns that wizards can use, there's a SMG, right? Wizards can use SMG, right?
I think. Oh, I'm not sure. I need to check that. I don't think so, but I might be wrong.
Last time they can lah.
Yeah.
Okay, if a wizard uses SMG, they can burst fire.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you burst fire while having let's say a buff on your weapon, like maybe elemental weapon or maybe magic weapon.
Gives you a +2 to your hit, so it
Yeah.
makes it much easier to hit.
Yeah,
basically,
so
with
elemental weapon spell has more mileage, because let's say you're fighting fire elemental, so you switch over to, let's say, water element. Water, right? I don't know. I can't remember. Shit.
No, I don't know. There's cold
Yeah.
damage, I guess.
Cool damage. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you can switch your weapon properties to fight certain enemies lah.
that's true. Yeah. Especially exotic rounds and everything. Yeah. And it would make sense that everybody goes long range because guns exist, so everybody's gonna use a gun. So
I mean, unless you give an advantage to people to play melee, you kind of have to just make everyone play gun.
oh no, like the guns are no stronger than the melee weapons.
Yeah.
That's the lore of this world. Like for some reason they can't make any weapon deal
range.
more damage than 1d12 per round. That's the highest.
I mean, range is still. I mean, going up.
Rage
to someone
is I
that
mean
can shoot
in that
you-
case, why don't everybody use bow basically?
Yeah.
Well, that's because arrows are not as strong as bullets.
But that's the
Yeah,
thing though.
that's
The
the same
bullets in
thing,
this
that's the
world
same thing.
is as powerful as arrows, is what I'm saying.
The guns in this
Okay.
world does not work like guns in the real world.
Yeah, they are limited for some reason. They can't go any higher.
Yeah.
Because the
and-
god of this
people
world doesn't
not-
want to deal with balancing.
And since because you get range, you use ammo,
you
so-
don't want to. So you don't want to deal with the implications.
Yeah, because like this is just my preference when it comes to making worlds, rather than trying to work around. Because Dungeons and Dragons is still a game, so there are still limitation. So rather than trying to work around the limitation and try to mask it, I prefer to just embrace it. Yes, everybody knows about strength ability scores. Everybody know about the damage. A sword deals 1d6 damage. Everybody knows like what a d6 is basically. That's just how the people in this world talk. So it kind of makes an interesting world in my opinion.
Yeah.
it's easier to talk like and not feel like you're
I
made
mean, it's equivalent to say in your life, oh, this gun shoots 7.56.
Yeah.
You just say this gun deals 1d6.
Yeah, so like and everybody would understand. Like, oh, d6, so about as powerful as a sword, basically the gun. So yeah, that's the idea of the world at least. I prefer running my worlds that way. Not forcing
So-
other GM to do it. Yeah, I know you had something about recruitment.
Yeah, recruitment wise, I have to say it's going to be a bit longer because we are expecting people to read it, like read the document that you have, and you also need to, spruce it up to make sure it's okay for public consumption.
I'll just use the one on the homebrewery. I'll just copy paste the text back to homebrewery and then reformat it basically.
Yeah, and we have.
Yeah,
I
but-
think we have to go through to find some typos or.
But, these
You gotta just recopy everything,
yeah, no, Aina and Crit have gone through the whole thing and spent one whole night chastising me about the amount of consistent typos I made. So it should be
Like-
good at this point. But
It's like you just don't know how to spell or something. Like, jeez.
yeah, just like that basically. So we'll post
Man,
the.
just blame it on the small keyboard size.
I'm actually using a black widow, so I don't have. I don't have a
No,
complaint.
usually when I made a typo when writing my report to my boss, I would say
Oh,
I'm
keyboard-
writing this on
keyboard
my
key.
phone, so
Yeah.
typo here and there. I mean, I have big fingers. What can I say?
I have no reasons. These two are just digging on me that night. But yeah, I'd say sure. Cause lore wise, you don't need to know anything. That's why I like that one will be elaborated with intelligence checks and so on. That's the point of having intelligence characters. The only two mechanics wise that we're gonna use for now is just guns and also the race. The moment I'm done with cybernetics and modules, magically find a caravan complete with a workshop that you can use to mod your weapons. So then you can start modding your weapons and everything. But yeah.
Okay. I will say at the very least they have to look at your I'm talking about recruitment, by the way.
Yeah.
Might need some more time. I don't know if it would be able to get a session 0 by next week.
I don't expect to get a session 0 by next.
I don't think.
that either.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, I'm expecting a
still need
session
to draw
0
my
maybe
character,
like.
though. It'll take about a month.
I'm expecting the session 0 will be on the 4th. Yeah, I'm expecting the session
4th of
0 will be on the 4th of March. Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit better, but then you have to tell me when to actually start recruiting, because I would definitely depend on.
I'd say start now. Like they just say we're using custom races. Plop in the link to home brewery.
Yeah, like you said, they need time to read right?
Yeah. But I guess I'll polish it up a little bit. I'll make a new document, remove Fragua, remove the lore bits and the incomplete bits. If I can complete Fragua tonight, I'll include it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna end the stream here for now because I haven't been drawing and talking about D&D for a bit. I'm gonna finish this thing and then I'm gonna post it on Twitter for anybody you wanna watch.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm gonna make Fragua done tonight. And then
if you don't have frog war, I'm not going to play barbarian.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you're not gonna play.
I'm gonna play
why-
my other characters.
so we'll stand here for now. Thank you very much for watching and listening. We'll stop here. I will see you guys tomorrow for Zomboid? Question mark?
Or more
Come on,
campaigns.
baby, let's
Or
go.
more campaigns. Zomboid while talking about campaign stuff.
I
Who
am
knows?
enjoying Zomboid more and more because I have purpose in life now.
Yeah, purpose in life now. You're doing
purpose is to
scavenging.
fish.
What do you call foraging? Yeah.
Nope, fish.
Oh, fishing.
Yeah.
Right.
My purpose
I
is
like-
to
You're being
procure
the cat.
fish.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
Um,